AIDS 302. Take two, now that I remember to put my AirPods in. Boy, was that earthquake? Got this thing balancing here. Welcome to outside. So nice to be out here in the 55-degree weather. I really love it. Been waiting for this. Why is it so shaky though? Sorry about that. I'll try not to touch anything. Um, okay, so let's talk. Step one's overall really good. If you followed the sample and if you followed the formatting explanations I put out, then instructions, and you probably aced it. So many students are doing really well in this class. I acknowledge that many times I don't get a chance to say it because it sounds like I'm just picking on the negative, but I really see the positive too, and hopefully I'm telling you that. Regards to the discussion board, identifying disciplines. What's been an underlying theme of this course? It started with, I think, one of the first Easter eggs. Do you know? It's capitalize the disciplines. If you didn't capitalize them, then you didn't identify any. And if you did capitalize them, which overwhelmingly most of you did, then that means that I know that you were talking about disciplines. How you doing, Mark? Um, and so with that, you've really jumped ahead of the game. Now, I I'm really happy with the work you did to identify those things. Now, why did I do this? Outside of the fact that I wanted you to watch the video that I made. No, why did I have you do this? Well, I knew it'd start to finish, of course, and I wanted you to identify disciplines because many times in your ability to critically think, okay, to examine issues, to look at anything. I don't care if it's in school or real life, which is school, by the way, right? You will to identify and even compartmentalize disciplines many times, academic structures, individual silos of learning. You can see an issue, a problem, or a phenomenon and analyze it a little better for yourself because you've done it through the disciplinary lenses. So, for example, um, as I said, it's kind of a multidisciplinary exercise, but it's an integrated project. So, for example, some of the disciplines, and by the way, most of the students did this already, so, whatever. Business, decorative arts, sculpturing, visual arts, history, performing arts, geography, philosophy, entrepreneurial, economics, religious studies, metalsmith, metallurgy, mechanic, motorcycle repair, sociology, um, and did I hit the? No, I didn't. Okay. Look at my niece, works at a university, sending me some kind of link from Forbes. What have I told you about Forbes? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a research project. Okay. So, we've talked music, entrepreneurship, history, sociology, art. Uh, Only one person got one of the two disciplines that I consider the bonus disciplines, the ones that are so obvious that you don't see them, which is an exercise in analysis and looking at something, because many times we miss the forest because of the trees, right? And so in this case, remember what this was. This was my capstone project for my master's degree, okay? And identifying disciplines. Like you're using disciplines to create a project. What did I use? Film and media studies, film media development, film media studies. I had to immerse myself into a medium that I never used. And that was film studies. You notice in the video the cameras and the iPhone. I had like 3 iPhones I was using. I think I was using, well, two. I was using an iPhone in front of Hal with a little fisheye lens that I used every once in a while. And then I used my DSLR Nikon on a tripod with a shotgun mic aimed at him. And then I walked around with a selfie stick that I used with another iPhone and walked around, used it kind of as a boom camera, and was able to get, so I was able to get 3 different angles. And then I had to learn how to do that myself. And I had to then go into Premiere Pro. I had to figure out how to work sound, how to put it all together using that shotgun mic, or I actually had a mic in front of them as well. And then some of it, obviously the sound was a little choppy and different volume. I worked on that. I didn't realize when I called Hal and I said, Hal, you're on deck. The original idea of the project didn't work. He came over to my apartment and he sat there in the beginning with his jean shirt on. That's what he was talking about in the beginning when, but I'm a Jew first, an American. I mean, that was like unstaged. We just set it up and said, what are we going to talk about? And he started talking about it. So it was all unscripted. We did have some organizational thoughts. You can see I changed locations, it was backyard and this and that. But I had to learn film and media development and film and media studies. I had to figure this out with the lighting, the sound, and all this stuff. That's a discipline that I had to embrace and get into to develop an interdisciplinary project. And now what's the other one? Just think of all that stuff Hal talked about. Oral history. Oral history. Nobody brought it up. One person said film media studies. Nobody said oral history. All right. There was storytelling, things like that, but Hal was oral history. This is oral history. This is a discipline. There's organizations, there's academic organizations about oral history, about letting people tell their story and what it means, the big picture, when we put all these anecdotal things together. So I did a study on oral history, film and media development. And, I appreciate you watching it. I'm so glad that many of you really enjoyed it. I love Hal. He's my big brother. Like I said, he moved to Hawaii, and I haven't seen him in about 3 years. And we text back and forth a lot. And, well, not a lot, but considering, who he is. And so, I want you to understand how that's like a real life kind of thing there, where he's telling you what he's seen, and it's important to. Sorry about that. Let's see what I got here. All right. Well, anyways, that's me and Hal from back in the day before he moved, and 'cause I thought he had sent me another one of him that just kind of cracked me up. He's he's a heck of a. Oh, I'm sorry. This is just taking time, but I'm so proud of knowing my guy. By the way, my puppy is open its eyes. Okay, look at this. I'm really just why I'm so irritated because Hal texted me. Oh, I know why. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I'm clicking on let's see what that loads up. But anyways, I wanted to discuss that, talk about that in terms of an interdisciplinary project, not just there's 2 ways to look at it. One was, like I said, looking at what you're looking at, what the issues you're looking at. What are you looking at? You're looking at this film here. You're identifying the disciplines, okay? And if you had to put together an analysis of it, you would identify those disciplines and you'd see how they would integrate and become that story for him, all right? Now, this kind of cracks me up because you can see it, but there's my guy, Hal. He just turned 73. But anyways, so he's called Maui Hal now. He calls himself Maui Hal. He had a tiki bar at his house in Ahwatukee here, and now he's got a tiki bar in Maui where he lives. So anyways, moving on, I guess. What did I have next here? Let's see here. Just a quick thought on your projects. I just wanted to say, because I think I might have forgot to say this, but 3 disciplines is going to be ideal, okay? Here's real life Hal. That's much better. Look, Hal with his neighbors on his birthday. They were celebrating his birthday. Okay, enough about Hal. Thanks for watching my video. I'm really proud of that. So 3 disciplines are going to be ideal. I know you've got 2 concentrations, and I know some people are already mentioning 3, which I really like. Some of you don't have to use your concentration, but I'm going to say that 3 disciplines to integrate here in this project are ideal. Okay, two are doable, but it's a binary kind of thing then, and it's a little simpler, I guess. And I would like you to experience all three, because if you picture like a triangular thing, you've got this one, relating to these two, this one to these two, and this one to these two, and you're going to run into different disciplinary conflicts to resolve and things like that. It's really exciting, trust me. So I wanted to talk about that. Easter egg number one. Let's get it all off at 10 minutes. You know there's going to be a long video, right? Okay. Um, Easter egg number one. It would be smart to take notes. It would be smart to take notes. There's a big hint, right? Because a lot of students, I don't know, I guess you don't, but you don't have to with these videos, but it's kind of like a lecture. And when I say capitalize discipline, stuff like that, and people submit work and they don't capitalize a discipline, there's a disconnect, right? Okay, when I'm trying to be really obvious and tell you what to do and how to do it, because he does the weird thing. It's like so many students are like, well, gosh, if you just showed me what to do, I could do it. Well, not all will do that, but I've had a couple really come out and say that to me. If you just show me what to do, I could do it. Well, I can, but I can't. You know, but here I'm showing you what to do, and I lost my train of thought. Shouldn't be reading emails. Uh, So take notes. It would help because then you'll remember hopefully as you go through. But that's okay. Let's keep going. Um, okay. In text formatting, just formatting in general. I don't know if some people think I'm joking. I mean, when I did absolutely say, right? No cover page, no table of contents. It's not a joke. Don't do it till the end. Um, Formatting. I'm saying APA formatting. Okay. I'm not saying go to the APA formatting and do every single thing APA formatting. That's like passive aggressive, I think, because I'm telling you what part of APA formatting that I'm using here. Okay, all right. I didn't say you need abstracts for every paper. It's ridiculous. I don't say you need table of contents. I don't say you need a cover page. I don't say you need X, Y, Z. I tell you what you need. The in-text formatting is based on APA. Okay, Works Cited is based on APA. That's what's based on APA. It has to be based on something, whether it's MLA, Chicago, APA. I'm choosing APA. That means there's a specific protocol for doing that, okay? The in-text citation comes before the punctuation. It's in parentheses. There's a last name, a comma, and a year, comma. Or there's a last name, comma, year, comma, page number, comma. There's multiple authors. There's ways to format that are in APA. That it's like a guide that'll show you everything. Okay, so I just want to be sure. Works Cited is a hanging paragraph. If you don't know what hanging paragraph, it's not center justified. Okay, all right. Hanging paragraph, specific way to do it. Google it. Look for it. Simple, quite simple. Okay. Um, Look at what else do we have formatting? I mean, Times New Roman 12 point font. Everybody did that. Everybody did great. I mean, overall, fabulous formatting. I mean, you really kind of did it. But if you're really messing up, I left you a list of things to do in the submission page for step one. Refer to that if you want to. If there's anything in there, and if I go against any of that, you let me know, because I don't think I will, right? So we're good there. Okay, Easter egg number two. Follow the format checklist. Follow the format checklist. I put it in there. I'm giving it to you, and you know all about that, right? Okay. So sources. Okay. Yes. People put like 1 to 3 or 4 sources. Some did more. Great. Step one is it's a really introductory source, and I'm not overreacting on lack of sources. I am talking about quality sources, though. Again, this is really clear. No Wikipedia, no dictionary, no encyclopedia, no Investopedia, no Forbes, no .com. Stay away from .coms. If you have 10 sources and use a .com or New York Times or something like that, okay. But this is academic rigor. It's not about going out to Sally's blog and using her as a source. Okay, hand to God, I had a student a couple years ago use their grandmother as a source. Don't do that. Okay, don't cite your grandma unless grandma is, Madame Curie or something. I don't know. That's just really bad. But so be clear on quality sources. We need quality sources, right? um, academic primary says, how do we find those? Okay, well, we use the ASU library website. You have access to it. It's just it's incredible the amount of knowledge you have access to there. You go to the search library. You search whatever you try different searches based on your project, based on your ideas. Search different things, and then when it comes up on the right side, there's a filter. Okay, choices. Filter for full text online, right? Because now you got it online, you're not going to the library. And then secondly, peer-reviewed sources. Bam! You've got your peer-reviewed sources, and you got your full text online. Now we're cooking. Make sure though when you, okay, don't put hot links in the paper. Don't put links at all in your paper. They go in the, look again at how to format a works cited list or a reference list. I'm not picky about what you call it, okay? Please, I mean, okay. So Easter egg number 3 is use the ASU library. Okay, use the ASU library. All right, all right. So let's do this again. Let's say peace and forks up. And then I'll wait 2 seconds to see who turns this off because now I'm going to get into the rest of this video. Let's talk about the research and the research question. Okay, you did that step 1. You did a significance of the study, purpose of the study, and I liked how you did that. I left you open on that to see how you would do on that. However, the purpose of your study is to gather data on this topic, to advance the knowledge on this topic through the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults. You're going to take a snapshot of random adults, snapshot if you love data, and you're going to analyze that, and you're going to compare, contrast, correlate between your data and previous research that you're coming up with in steps 2 and 3 and such as you move forward. And that's how we're going to do this crawling research, and we're going to do it legitimately. We're going to fulfill the requirements of research by bringing in new data, original data that nobody else has. And I'll talk more into that as we go along because that's a whole another topic about the data. But remember the question, okay? Everybody has it. It's your question, and it's not like it's not the title of your paper. Well, it's gonna be the title of your paper, but it's not the title of the steps. It's not a research question in your survey. It's a title of your survey. It's the overarching question. Okay, remember this. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank, that's what you get to fill in, revealed in a survey of random adults? That's Easter egg 4, by the way. I want you to fill in that question. I want that question. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank revealed in a survey of random adults? If you send me the word blank, then you should probably go looking for another class, okay? Please don't send me the word blank. I want you to remember that. What are some of the opinions, perceptions, and experiences regarding blank, revealed in a survey of random adults? Question mark. It's a question. Okay? That's what this is about. You're going to find out about this thing, these opinions, because those are important when it comes to, maybe CBD oil, legalization of marijuana, BLM, coronavirus type of issues. Okay? Polling is important. Data is important. See where the culture is heading. So talk to me if you want more information about that. But that's really an important step that I want you to realize. Okay. Quiz 2 is coming up. Essay questions, 2 of them. Do your best on that. Remember what I said. There it is. Oh, wait for that yawn. Sorry. Remember what I said. There's readings that are referenced in terms of the questions. Quiz 2. If you don't reference the readings in some way, and I'm not even saying legit reference, but using terminology, I've had students write their answers and bold certain terminology. Blows my mind because that's excellent. I get to see that. I got to look. I can read and I say, oh, that's from the book. That's from the book. That's from the book. I don't want a bunch of references. Tanner. Okay, I know you're getting it from Tanner. It's already assumed. Don't have to cite Tanner. You don't have to put a works cited Tanner. You just have to use the terminology to answer the questions. Okay, because when you use those terminologies in real life out here, you're not going to always cite Tanner. You just know it now. Okay, all right. So do that, and you'll be fine. Okay, so step 2 is 20 minutes in. Step 2 is, let's pull that up. Step 2, quiz 2, step 2. So we're 75 points, so we're increasing in value. I do have the list of formatting criteria there for you to take a look at. What you're going to write, I do have a sample. It's a good sample. Um, for this step, you're justifying interdisciplinary integrative approach. You're going to answer the question, why is this problem, issue, topic complex? See Tanner, page 71. Okay, along with an analysis, you'll include other questions that are insightful, interdisciplinary / integrative, rhetorical, contemplative. These are questions you do not have to answer here, but instead of those questions, just make this a legitimate interdisciplinary research question or topic, okay? So look at the sample. All right, so the 3 subsections include interdisciplinary justification, assumptions of the study. What did you assume about it, okay? Yes, that's kind of a bias. That's exposing your bias, which is okay, all right? But it's not a bias in terms of what I believe. Like I may think a certain issue is a certain way, but when I make the assumption of the study, I may think it different than myself, my own bias, right? So you're talking about the assumptions of your study. What do you think is going to happen? Okay. Do you think people know enough about CBD oil or not? All right. The limitations of your study, the limitations of the study, they're obvious and they're clear. Okay. This is an undergrad course, 7.5 weeks, with a single researcher who is inexperienced. That's a limitation. Okay. Time, experience. Again, you don't have to fake it to make it in research. You have to be real. You have to be humble. You have to know where you are. Move up. Okay. If you took a flight lesson in a simulator, you don't go telling your friends, I'm flying a 747. No, you did a simulator. Great. Good for you. It's great. I've done one. That's fabulous. Okay. So you get me there on step 2. So that should work. Let's see here. What else is on my list? Oh, so Easter egg number 5 is try to use only peer-reviewed sources. Peer-reviewed sources typically come from academic scholarly journals. They come from textbooks, come from dissertations. Okay, they don't come from the World Wide Web. They don't come from .coms. Remember what .com stands for? Com stands for commercial. Commercial stands for revenue. Revenue stands for bias. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it means it doesn't fit with research. Okay, because there's an inherent bias into the revenue stream producing that you're going to look at, no matter where it's from. If you have a .com at the end of that, be careful. Okay, just make sure it's peer reviewed. I know there's other sources, but again, I remind you again: no Wikipedia, no Investopedia, no encyclopedia, no dictionary, no Merriam-Webster's, no Tanner either. Okay, no Tanner. All right. Do the academic rigor. You'll be rewarded not only by me, but just when you look in the mirror, you'll say, "Look at that. That's academic rigor." Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. So again, if you want to go back to step 1 and look at the full paper to get some idea where you're headed here, I totally encourage that. Try to give you context. I don't want this truck barreling down the highway. You don't even know where you're going. We have a map. Okay. Let's use that road map. Look at where you're going. Envision it, and then breathe a sigh of relief. Say, I could do this. I can do this. I got a Thanksgiving weekend coming up too. Okay, so all right, let's see. And so step 3, by the way, is an annotated bibliography. That'll be exciting. Step 4 is when we get into more about collecting the data and things like that. And step 5, we're going to put it all together. It's brilliant, really. It really is brilliant. Um, okay, so let's do. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Um, Easter egg number 6. Okay. Now remember on this one, Easter egg number 6. Capitalize the disciplines. Now, I want to say something. The word discipline does not need to be capitalized. It's not a proper noun. Okay? When I say capitalize your name, you don't write capitalize your name. You capitalize your name, Michael Fair. Ooh, I hit 10,000 steps, shaking my arm. How do you like that? Um, capitalize the disciplines. Okay? If you don't capitalize the disciplines, then I don't know if you know other disciplines. And so then you can't flip it the other way and say, well, I'm just going to capitalize anytime I use it. No, that doesn't work either. Because you're talking about engineering in terms of just regular, civil engineering out on the streets, and you're not talking about civil engineering in terms of a discipline, then I don't want to capitalize. That takes discipline. Okay. Again, look up the word discipline. There are so many uses for that word. It's ridiculous, huh? Okay, so I got away without shaking you off too much here. That should do it at 26 and a half minutes. I think you're going to earn your 10 points here. The next 10 pointer I'm going to do is going to be in probably end of module 3. I'll probably do a how to build your survey and all these things. So remember, it's a quantitative survey, so there's no open-ended questions. You will not group ages ever. Individual ages have to be placed in the box. There will be no grouping of ages until after your survey. That rule will be broken by at least 25 of you, and I don't know why, because I'm saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. So on the survey, you're going to ask people their age, their gender, and we'll go from there. But those two are definites. And when it comes to age, I don't want you using 18 to 24, 25 to 35. I want you to just let them write their age. It's the only open box question, okay? I don't know why I went on that side trip, but I want to start emphasizing that right now, okay? And gender, we use male, female, other, okay? So that's it. You guys have a good one. Now I'll say forks up. Now I'll say peace.